Hello, hello, and welcome everyone to the PICK-3 at a glance. See what we got here. Okay. Welcome everyone to PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Welcome family and first time viewers. Happy Thursday to everyone. Alrighty. See what we got here. Okay. Get things lined up here. All right. Get my desk lined up. It's interesting. Uh, I guess this is a home business. I always wanted to work from home, but I never knew that I'd be doing PICK-3 from home. Um, I've worked hard. I worked 10-hour days, 6-hour days in the restaurant business, six hours, 10-hour days, sometimes 10-hour days for months. But so one of these days I'm gonna work from home. I got to find something to do, and this looks like it's it. I've been doing it now for 3 years with the PICK-3, and I kind of enjoy it because I like playing PICK-3. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and I'm too old now to chase women. So it gives me a little extra money to play PICK-3, and I happen to come up with my own strategy and my own system that I wanted to share with everybody, and that's what I'm doing, and it's kind of fun. And I have to say, it's don't play out of need or greed. Try to learn to enjoy playing it if you are playing it, because like everything else in gambling, the odds are set up for you to lose and not to win. And PICK-3, the reason I picked PICK-3 because I went on a boat one time. I used to go on a boat, and I seen a woman playing. She was playing the $5 slots machine, and she sat there, and I watched her because she had all this money stacked up, and she lost $5,000 in one sitting while I was sitting there with her, and went and got some more money, and I said, "Oh no, I don't want that type of problem." I did. I stopped going on the boat, but when I did go, I only went on there to eat and watch everybody else play. But that was too big. That was too deep for my pocket. If anybody can say, I'm like, if she can gamble off $5,000, what does she need money for? And that stopped me from them boat visits. And I've been a cautious gambler, but it did get me in a hole one time. It did get me in a hole where I lost my house, my car, and I almost lost my wife and my job. But God is good anyhow, and He let me survive it. And that's why I said I teach and try to help people not to get in the shape that I was in, because you can get in that shape. And sometimes we need help and we don't reach out for the help. But I was, if you're going to do it, some people you can't tell them what to do and what not to do. You have to learn on your own. So I said, well, I think I have a strategy that's reasonable that people can really learn from and know about the PICK-3 numbers and how everything works on my perspective. And on my perspective, I went with nothing but PICK-3 because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. And also, you can track it on paper. You don't need no fancy, no laptop, no computers, and no number machine or nothing to find the numbers to win. So what I did, I put together a system, and I guess out of wanting to make sure I wouldn't get back in that hole again, to learn how to, if I was going to play, learn how to play it, because I had read every book on PICK-3, and when YouTube came out, tracked everybody on PICK-3 and tried to learn their systems and their strategy. And today, a lot of those folks are gone that I tried to learn from. It's not many PICK-3 people out. I mean, it's few out here, but compared to what could be out here, Many of them are gone. I think because of the frustration that they would start channels and everybody would want them to give them numbers and things like that. They started off to me wrong. Pick-3 at a glance. I don't give out numbers. I don't do all that club thing. Sign up and for $100 I tell you this and you got to do this and do that and try to bait you in into my system. What I do is show you the Pick-3 at a glance strategy, and if it works for you, fine, and if it don't, fine. But I'm pretty happy with what it's done for me, and I'm willing to share it. But I'm not. I'll help you. I'm Illinois. I'm state specific for Illinois, and I don't try to find all these numbers for all these states and all that because I know what it really takes, and it takes people working together in their own state, tracking their own numbers to win. And like I say, I ain't selling no numbers or telling you what numbers to play for a week, get 2 weeks, and all that kind of stuff. Because I know it don't work like that. When you start tracking and learn my system, you gonna know that it don't work like that. I don't care what nobody say, how they try to bang in your head. These numbers don't run random. These numbers are random. There's no rhyme or reason why these numbers going to fall. And the only thing you have to your advantage is the law average, tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and know what they're doing and not guessing what they're doing. The grids, the root sums, the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the multiple different rundowns and workouts out there, and there's thousands of them because everybody got a different way of doing it, doesn't show you anything about what the actual 1,000 numbers are doing. And some people say, well, you got to go and backtrack with the pattern, see if the pattern fits your state. There's no pattern to have to track and go backtrack if you tracking the numbers every day on a consistent basis and seeing what they're doing on a consistent basis. You don't have to worry about backtracking nothing if you keeping up. And with the Pick-3 at a glance, even if you get back behind a little bit, you can catch up easily on paper and know everything that you need to know what them numbers are doing in your state. I mean, I'm like this. If I'm losing my money, I didn't, like I said, I didn't know why I was playing. When I won, I didn't know how I won when getting numbers from everybody else, and when I lost, I didn't know how I lost. I'm the one of those people. Well, it's raining outside. That means triple twos coming in. I'm playing triple twos. Or it's a full moon. I'm playing triple fours. Or I'm playing birthdays and license plates and things like that. Yeah, well, you might hit like that, but you still don't have a set strategy of how you even won. You don't know how you won it. You dream a number, that's cool, but after you got, how many times you gonna dream numbers and win? So you need something more that I feel like bite your teeth into, so you know when you win how you won. And the only way you're gonna know that is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. These systems here are guesswork. They secondary. The primary way is to track all 1,000 numbers and know why you won, or know what happened why you lost, or know what the numbers are doing. And everybody has to do it for themselves. All the numbers run different in all the states. All the numbers run different in all the states. So how you gonna find a pattern that's gonna fit your state and be consistent? But you can track all the 1,000 numbers. And they do have to work by the law average sooner or later. And you can learn what they're doing. You can learn how to track the 1,000 numbers. These numbers not going to go anywhere. You don't have to be trying to hit a number or a strategy that's going to show you what's coming the next day. Ain't no such strategy out there going to tell you what's coming the next day, the next 2 weeks, the next 3 months, the next 4 days. And well, it's with working other than working with the law average, because you're going to see with the law average what these numbers are doing and just about how long they really take. These numbers can take up to 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. And you jumping on and off a number, you don't know why you play it. You might jump off of it right when it's due to come. And the only way you know what numbers due to just about when it's due to come, pretty much, if you tracking the numbers. That's the only way we gonna know. So when I was fortunate enough to come up with my strategy, and I'm fortunate enough now to share it, I got 2,000 videos on nothing. 90% of it is PICK-3 and PICK-3 at a glance strategy. I don't know how many lives and videos I got. I know I got quite a bit of shorts like that, but numbers don't follow numbers. Certain numbers don't bring certain numbers. You can't play like that. You got to know what numbers have failed and what numbers are left. Simple strategy. You got to know what numbers have failed and what numbers are left to play in the bunch. Hello, hello. You got to know what numbers have failed and know what numbers are left to play. This is simple. It's not easy, but it's a good strategy. That's how the lottery works. They can't play the same number every day, or they can't play none at all. You got 365 days in a year. You got 1,000. You have 1,000 numbers. You're only gonna get a third of those 1,000 numbers every year. It takes, and you go by that division. You got 1,000 divided by 3. That's almost 3 years for those 1,000 numbers to rotate. 3 years for those 1,000 numbers to rotate. 3 years. Get this in your head now. This is from 30 years of me tracking to see what these numbers do. I went back 3 years to see how long it would take me to mark off 1,000 numbers. And it took almost 3 to 4 years to mark off 1,000 numbers. Because some of those numbers come repeat within that year. So that's why you have to track the actual 1,000 numbers to see what they're doing. There's no rhyme or reason to why they're random. Unless they can pick the numbers and then they cheating. And they can do it. Eddie Tipton, right here, and you'll see some of my videos about Eddie Tipton, he rigged the lottery. So they can't say they can't rig it or they can't do what they want with it because he did it. He did it for about 15 years before they even caught him. He worked for the Iowa lottery. This man did this for 15 years. He started 2 years after he got hired. Because one guy say, oh, you're the security programmer of the lottery. Shoot, man, you can put your own numbers in and win. And he said, ding dong, I'm going to do just that. Him, his brother, and a friend played the lottery, winning millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for 15 years before they caught him. Then when they caught him, they wanted him to tell them, they gave him 25 years, but reduced it to 5 if he told them exactly what he did. So if he could do it, they can do it. So play this game for what it is. Play it pretty much for fun. That's why I say OPPB, be organized. You're going to have to be organized. You're going to have an organized strategy, an organized system to win. And that's PICK-3. I ain't even talking about PICK-4, PICK-5. I don't even look their way. I don't even look in their direction. PICK-4 got 10,000 numbers. PICK-5 got 100,000 numbers. I ain't even trying to go there. Because I ain't putting up no numbers for nobody's PICK-4 and nobody's PICK-5. You won't get that here. What this is all about is when you come to PICK-3 at a glance, to learn how to play PICK-3, we're going to play because we know so we can grow. You're going to know what numbers are doing in your state. You'll be able to talk to me and I can talk to you in the same language. When you ask me anything about PICK-3 at a glance, I can explain it to a 3-year-old. I can explain it to a 3-year-old. I can explain it to a 3-year-old. Today, anyway. Smart as these kids are. Smart as these kids are coming out. But yeah. Me and you will speak the same. When I say column so and so and so and so on, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say strategy number 2, pairs, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say strategy number 3, single individual numbers, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. You won't be guessing. Won't be no patterns to look for. Won't be no flipping and mirroring no numbers to get to what you need. It won't be none of that. When I say back pair, front pair strategy number 4, you're gonna know exactly what this channel talking about. Numbers don't travel, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm putting it out there. I'm making it real. Numbers don't travel. They just do what they do. They just do what they do. Ain't no rhyme or reason for not one of them thousand numbers coming out. Ain't no rhyme or reason for how them PICK-4 coming out. Ain't no rhyme or reason how them PICK-5 coming out. A PICK-3 number coming exact like 1, 2, 3, and probably in a lot of states, probably got where the number ain't came out in at least 15 years. I know in Missouri, 160, 574, 192 hadn't played in 15 years. And you think you're going to know what these numbers are doing and when, other than tracking? other than tracking the numbers? You think you're going to know? It ain't happening. It ain't happening, y'all. So we all got to track these numbers. We all got to work together to get in this winning circle. Y'all got to win in y'all states, and I got to do what I'm doing in Illinois to get us in the winning circle. And then, like I say, when the channel blesses you, you start getting blessed. Bless the channel. That's why I ain't doing all that membership stuff. I let my little funds, which ain't nothing. Ain't nobody making no money on YouTube. Do you know that out of all the millions of people they got, out of 100, only 6 people get a channel to get paid for. 6 out of 100 get enough subscribers and watch hours to get paid by YouTube, and that ain't no money. Believe me. It takes me, with YouTube, I tell you what I'm making. I make about $30 a month. So if I'm looking for YouTube to support me right now, I'm in trouble. Or anybody. That's about what I make from the views and stuff. But I ain't worried about that. I do PICK-3. And I share it. Yeah, $30 a month on average about what I make. Now I might be doing something a little wrong, but I figured it out on the way. But that wasn't the focus of my channel. My focus of my channel was to give people help with the PICK-3. If they're gonna play, they're gonna play anyway, like I said. But I wanted to make sure that they had a good understanding of what's really was going on with the PICK-3, with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. That's why I'm here, y'all. That's why I'm here. I ain't judging nobody else's channel. I don't care what they do on the rest of these channels. Only I can do on this channel and get everybody that follows me into the winner circle on this channel. Okay, what they do, people come on here, well, what do you think about so and so and so and so? But I don't think nothing about them. Because what they doing ain't going to affect this channel none. Because I don't see none of them that can explain like I can explain my strategy. None of them. Because I created this on my own. I created the PICK-3 at a glance. When I started this channel, I said, when I came up with it, I said, wow, what am I call this? Because I was thinking about maybe a book or something that never materialized. And then when YouTube came, I was retired. I retired in 2022. I mean, 2020. Yeah, I retired in 2020. So I was running at the front window, looking out the front window, running to the back window, looking out the back window, running to the front window, looking out the front window. I say, man, I'm getting bored to tears. This being retired ain't all what it was cut out to be for me. So some say, you know, you got PICK-3 and you got that information, your books and stuff that you put together that you was thinking about doing. Why don't you try that YouTube channel? So I said, well, I don't know how to do no YouTube. But, you know, I'm like this. You don't know how to do nothing until you make that first step. If you don't never make it, you ain't going to never know it. So I said, well, I'll try something. I'll try it. So I went to YouTube, tried to put the channel together, but it said I only had 30 it was 15 seconds to make a video. So I tried to make a video in 15 seconds. I made a few of them. Then I'm like, I ain't going to never be able to do nothing on no 15 seconds video. So I called my daughter and I said, "Hey, daughter, I'm trying to do a YouTube video, and uh, uh, can you? But they don't give me but 15 seconds." She said, "Oh, Dad, they give you more than 15 seconds on the video. You're doing something wrong." So I went. So she told me how to do it, and then that's when I started my first full video in my pajamas. That's my first. So I had the camera upside down, backwards, all kind of ways. Scared I was gonna show somebody that need to show. And then I started my videos and uh, got them started. And it wasn't, it wasn't a pretty picture, but I just did what I did. I don't know. It all just came together for me. One thing about starting things in life, you ain't got to know have everything perfect before you start. You're gonna get perfect as you go along the way. Just start. Just start. Start from wherever you can. Just start. Whatever you got in mind, whatever idea you have, don't let that idea die with you. But just if you got something, and don't be scared somebody gonna steal the mess. What's meant for you is meant for you. If you created it, you created it. And if somebody do steal it, believe me, God will bless you with something else to create. He will. He will. But if you got something that you can share with people and help people and make this place a little bit better, do that. Start from if you have to walk, if walking across the street is a start to where you got to get to, walk across the street. And if you ain't making no progress, just keep walking across the street, walking across the street, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, I done walked across the street. Now here's something else I see I can do," and that's how this channel grew. But yeah. Look, y'all, don't. If you got anything you want to accomplish in life, you got to just start. That's all. Just start. The rest gonna come. The rest will come. Hey, hey, Teresa, thank you. Glad to see you here with us. Yeah, the rest gonna come, y'all. I had no what I'm doing right now. It's like an out of body. I'm telling you all, this is like an out of body experience for me. I think that's why I enjoy it so much because I never thought I could do this. Me. I went to my friend's house. We had a card party, and I told him about my idea. I said, I think I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna be a contest creator. I couldn't even pronounce the word. They say it's a content creator. And my buddy's like, you gonna be? They almost laughed me out their house because then none of them know how to work a VCR or none of that stuff. They still have VCRs, but they didn't know nothing about no computer. They say, bro, what you know about it? And they was pretty much almost right, but I refused not to do it. And look at 3 years later, and this is another mind blower for y'all. This is gonna be another. It was a blower. This is more a mind blower for me. I'm about 4,000. I'm about 80 subscribers away from 4,000 subscribers on this channel. Man, I thought I wasn't gonna make 2 subscribers. I thought I was gonna get 2 subscribers, and I'm 4,000 and 2,000 videos. And I don't look like I say this is like an out of body experience. I don't even know where it's coming from, but you don't know until you get into it. So this is what PICK-3 is about. It's about us all coming together and knowing and growing, knowing what the numbers are doing in our state, and learn to play and play. Like I say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly, y'all. If you're in a hole, stop digging. Just stop and regroup. And if you need help, get help. That's all I can say. I had my brother, he was out there, a brother that was out there. And he said he needed some help. I don't know if he got off or did it, but I told him pretty much, man, with this other wild ball and the stuff that they add, and I see a little something where you might need to really back off these numbers if you don't study and track and understand what's going on with them. Because if you're trying to hit them and play from out of thin air and pull numbers out of thin air and going everywhere and trying to get these numbers. It ain't the way to go. It ain't the way to go. I'm telling you. I don't. Okay, y'all. So, uh, thanks for listening. So, here we go. Please like, share, subscribe. But like I said, I'm just here to teach, and then I'll let the rest do itself. Okay, question and answers for all states. New winning strategies get us into the winning circle. Play responsibly. Play responsibly. I know it's hard if you've been playing a while and you're out there a little bit, but you can cut back. Just cut back. What I do is I don't give you a fish. I teach you a fish to fish on this channel so you can eat for a lifetime. That's what I'm doing. It's definitely teaching you. You're gonna know when I get through teaching you. I've been in management for all my life. I guess that's part of what helped me do this. But I've started off at 16 years old. I was a manager in restaurant business. If anybody about as old as me, anybody remember Burger Chef restaurants years ago? I started with Burger Chef and Jeff. That's where I got my learning as a manager and managing people and working and dealing with people. And they ain't easy to work and deal with. That's why I don't even my skin so thick. People and all them folks, them bots or whatever come on this, they don't even know who they dealing with. Because my goal is to get everybody in the winning circle. I wouldn't care about nothing but they saying these bots and stuff. And they just don't know. Okay, Illinois evening draw, y'all. We're going to start there. They had the 107. Now, specialized in Illinois, state specific in Illinois evening draw, PICK-3. And, but you can use it for midday or evening. But make sure when you track them different. Like I said, the numbers run different midday and evening. In New York, was it New York? Got 4 draws? Or Texas? I think it's Texas with 4 draws. If you're tracking them 4 draws, track them all individually. Don't track them all together. Okay? Now, it was 107 that came. That's a repeat from April the 7th, I think. And I know it is. And I had the 1-7. You see me post yesterday. I had the 1-7 front pair and the 3-9 back pair that I was saying look for. And I also the O hadn't failed for like 56 days in the front. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Not guessing, but know to grow. Know to hit them. But they split that 1-7 and put a 0 in the middle of it. What I mean by split, if you don't, I didn't even know you could split pairs. In some states, you could play split pair, and they took that down because it was too easy to hit. I was waiting on Missouri to come up with it, and I was going to dog them. I was, but a lot of states getting rid of that 1-7, the split pair deal. Cause see, if you play like 1-7, I'm just over here. The 1-7 together pair, front pair. I hope you can see that. Okay, but what they did, they split it and made it 107. That's what they call split pair. They put a number in the middle. But that's okay. I know what they did. I ain't guessing what they doing. I know what they doing with the numbers. But I'm still going to hold on to my 1-7 on the front because it didn't fall none last year. And the 3-9 back pair didn't fall none last year. So every time I play, I'm not grabbing numbers from everywhere. If I'm going to consistently play, I'm consistently playing these numbers. Okay? You can track them all, but you can't play them all. And then that 1-7, I think it had been, if I go back, if I remember correctly, I know that it hadn't failed for 2 months. And this month, the law average is starting to pick up. The pair, the 1-7 pair, hadn't played for almost 2 months. That's what I'm talking about. for 2 months. It's not that I guessed this, just because I know this for Illinois evening draw, because that's what I'm tracking. Now we're going to do the 1-1-1 rundown. I'm going to show you how the pick-3 at a glance strategy works. 1-1-1, we're going to add 1 to the, and this the only rundown with the pick-3 at a glance you ever have to worry about using. Okay, now you add 1 to 2, you get 3, 1 to 3, you get 4, 1 to 4, you get 5, 1 to 5, you get 6, 1 to 6, you get 7, 1 to 7, you get 8, 1 to 8, you get 9, 1 to 9, you get 10, but you're just going to use the 0. You only use single digits in the lottery math in the right-hand side. You use 0, and then 1 to 0 is 1. Same here, you're going to add 1 to the 0. You're going to count, just basically counting straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Same number at the bottom. You get at the top, you add it correctly. And same here is you're going to add 8, 9, again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So this 107 was the winning number for Illinois evening draw yesterday. Now, whenever the winning number come in, you want to find out, let me see here. Let me show you here. I took 22 numbers and I did the 1-1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers that I just did here for you. Hey, Ashna. That I just did for you. Glad to have you with us. And here's 12 of those 22 numbers, which are all singles. Okay, so it's 12 columns. And you got to realize each one of these columns can come 6 different ways, each number. And it's 10 of them. So each one of these columns is 60 numbers. 60 times 12 gives you 720 of those numbers that you can look at. This right here opens your eyes to a lot if you track it on the singles. Because you got 60 numbers to look at without worrying about all the other 1,000 numbers or so. Speaking in an organized manner, in the column, coming down numerically. Okay, now we're looking for this 107 that came in. Off of what column? Is it under column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? And if you look up here, these are my base numbers. That's what I call them. These are the numbers that I came up with to make this strategy work. After practicing and tracking all the numbers and saying, okay, how can I put columns together where all the 1,000 numbers will show, singles will show up if I did a 1-1-1 rundown on it, and I came up with it. So here, all these numbers got zeros in them, right? Right here. So when you do a 1-1 rundown, all you got to do look is for the numbers with the zeros in them. You got the 430 and the 096. Okay. So what's missing? Oh, the base number, which I told you was at top here. The 012, the 013, the 014, the 015, the 016, the 017, the 018, the 024, the 025, the 026, the 027, the 037. It's the base number. Wow, we don't see it. We don't see that. We don't see that 017 down here. Oh, yes, we do. Here it is right here. But it's 017 on the sheet. Oh, man. So that means that the base number itself came out. So all you do is just mark off that base number. Bam, you're done. I had a subscriber call me when she did this rundown here, and she said, "Hey, Momentary, I can't find the winning number for the day in my rundown." And man, she shook me for a minute because I say, "Now I know I ain't screwed this sheet up as much as I've been practicing with it because I had never thought about showing it." See, I learned as much from you all if we work together as y'all gonna learn from me, because y'all gonna be practicing and doing it. It's gonna be more eyes on the numbers. And she said, I said, "Well, what was the base number? I mean, not the base number." I said, "Well, what was the number that came in?" She said, she said one. She said, well, basically, she said 107. I say that is the rundown number. That is the number. It's in there. It's the actual base number that came in. So you have to make sure you understand that you will mark the base number off that column when it comes in as the winning number. That way you know it came in for the month. And that opened my eyes. Just like another subscriber, when I used to do the rundown, I had a problem with where the what number would be the base number, like of finding the base number. And she said all the base numbers had zeros in them. And bam, that opened my eyes. That really opened my eyes. And I know I didn't have to worry about these numbers trying to figure out the base number or whatever. All I had to do is go and look at the zeros, and automatically you're gonna learn the zeros are base numbers, or like I said, the 012, the 013, the 014, the 015, the 016, 017, the 018, the 024, the 025, the 026, the 027, and the 037. Those are the numbers. And when you do the 1-1 rundown, even before you finish, a lot of times you're gonna come up with where that winning number is at, and just go to your sheet and mark it off. That's all you're gonna have to do. So that's strategy number one. And then when you make any comments or anything, refer to the strategy. That's easy for me to understand what you're saying. Say strategy number one is the singles and the doubles. That's strategy number one. Strategy number two is the single pairs. Strategy number three is the single digits and what positions they fall in. And strategy number four here is the front pair and back pairs. And that's it for tracking. But I can explain everything. Okay, so now we're going to do strategy number two. Once you find a number and you mark it off, you want to see what your pairs are. So you're looking for single pairs. So at the end of the month, you want to know what pairs haven't failed. Just like yesterday, the 4-5 pair hadn't failed, but it showed up as 6-5-4. And you see what the numbers are doing. You're not guessing what the numbers are doing. You'll actually see what's going on with them. And sooner or later, they're going to line up where you're going to bang them good, believe me, just by tracking. So here, see that. That 107, you got three separate numbers, different numbers. So you're going to have three different pairs to mark off. Let's see. All right. So you would mark off the O1, the O7, and the 17. Now, I don't know how I came up with this triangle. I guess it was a divine intervention or something. But I knew that, okay, um, other than just tracking the individual numbers, I need to know how to know what pairs hadn't failed. Okay? I need to know that so I could use that so when a pair don't fall for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I haven't seen 5 months yet, y'all, but it's possible. For 4 months, that's when the pairs I'm gonna look to start putting in my bucket list to play. When I hit, I know exactly where I'm going to get my pairs or get my numbers and what I'm gonna do with them. As long as I've seen a pair take 4 months and not hit now, a pair. So if it was a 38 pair in Missouri, didn't hit for 4 months. So if you played any number with 38 in it, it didn't show up for 4 months. That's why it's imperative that you track the numbers to see what's going on with them. Any of these numbers can take 4 months and never hit. Four months and never hit. Okay? So once you get your pairs and you line them up and you know how to play them, and you can't play them all, but you track them all, you know what's going on with them. All at a glance. Let's say 25. I want to show you how to wheel the numbers. Say 25 don't hit. Pair. You want to wheel that, but you'll have more data and more information the best how to play all this as you're tracking the actual numbers. This 2 0. You're gonna wheel it down. You're gonna 250, 251, 252, 253, 254, 255, 256, 257, 258, and 259. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is go and see what 25 or these 25 ain't played at all. That have not played at all. The 2-5 pair. And so if you, whatever ones you see haven't played at all, with me, those the one I load up on that I know ain't played at all, pretty much. The rest of them I'll just play 50-cent box. See what I'm saying? These here, say it's the 255 ain't played and the 252 ain't played. I'm gonna play those pretty heavy. Then say they throw it off and they throw one of the other 10. I got them for 50-cent box. In Illinois, in Missouri for 50-cent box on a double. That's $100 for a box double. Okay, for a double, but for a single, it's $50. Is it right? It's $50. Let's say for a box on a single. So what I would do when I hit, if I hit the 50-cent box one, I'm going to load up here on these that I know ain't came, and I'm gonna carry those for a while because I know this 2-5 ain't hit for let's say 90 days or at least 120 days. You won't be guessing that. You'll be knowing that, and you can set and wait on these numbers. Now you as you track it, you can wait for this condition to happen, and believe me, throughout the year, more likely it's gonna happen like that. The pair. Okay. And then we got the strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 here. Number positioning. You're going to mark off the 1. It's 107. You're going to mark off the 1 on the front, the 0 in the middle, and the 7 on the end. Okay? Now, let's say how you use this. Let's say, for a perfect example, this 0 on the front here ain't played in 56 days. I ain't guessing that. I know that. In Illinois evening draw. All I got to do is look at my paperwork. Just go back and look at it. Not look for no pattern or none of that. This ain't failed in Illinois with some stuff I ain't seen. I'm telling y'all, some stuff it's a little wacky a little bit right now. I got to see what's going on, but I know what the numbers ain't doing. I know that much. 56. The single number ain't failed in 56 days right here, and the 4 ain't failed either. It's been about that same amount of time. Now, say that I'm playing this 107 and it didn't hit yesterday, and I know it's $80. Okay, thank you, $80. Thank you. Right, that is $80. Okay, I'm definitely now, since I know this 0 ain't failed in 56 days, I would have been and lost my mind if now I don't play my 107 as 017 or 0712. And I usually play them straight, 50 straight, just like that. And then if say the 017 or the 710 come in, that's in Illinois $250. Yeah, $250. Then I'm not going to jump off my 107 because it'd be crazy. If I ain't seen it and it comes now, I'm going to load up on the 017 still. I ain't going to jump off the number because it came a different way. I'm just not going to do that. That's how we get in the winner circle. We don't jump on and off all these numbers because we know why we playing them. So that's why this is so imperative. This 0 and this 4. And I put up yesterday to look at Illinois, to look at playing. Like I said, the 0 ain't played on the front pair is Will in it also 01, 0, 0, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09. You can wheel that and play it for 50 cents if you like. Because you already know it ain't came out in 56 days. You can double check on me with that. But the 0 ain't failed. And that's a decent amount of time for a number not to fall in the front. And then, and how I won on this, like I said, it's stuff like I said, you're going to see. You better see it, not guess. In Missouri, and like I say, no rhyme or reason how the numbers come from. 7s in Missouri didn't fall. No 7 with no number for 3 months, for 60 days. No 7. Not just the 0 didn't fall on the front, but no 7 fell on the front, no 7 fell in the middle, or on the end for 60 days. Now, I don't know whether it's a mess up or what it was, but like I say, no rhyme or reason how them 1,000 coming out. And I played 777s and got them. The 7s, I'd have to be crazy not to play 7s. When they have fell on the middle or the front, nothing on, with no number for 2 months. Be crazy. Did same thing with but Just that. These are the conditioners that you'll be looking for when you're playing. There's going to be conditions that you'll be able to see. But if you're doing this here, you'll never know what the conditions are for winning. Because you're looking for patterns and flipping numbers to make the numbers make sense to you instead of you letting the numbers make the pattern, you making the numbers make sense instead of looking at the actual numbers and letting them make sense. I think I explained that right. You looking at this here to make the numbers make sense with patterns and flipping and mirroring and grids and tic-tac-toes instead of looking at the actual numbers to see what they're doing and know they make sense. You think I ain't gonna be putting zero on the front of anything I'm playing with a zero? I'd be crazy not to. You think I would have been crazy not to play sevens when I see no seven fail for 2 months with no number, working with the law average? And then pick four. I mean, not pick four. What I can strategy number 4 here again. Yeah, y'all, we got to do this different. I need to get everybody in all these different states, track their own numbers, and get in this winner circle. We got to do this different. It ain't gonna say it's not gonna be no cakewalk, but it'll be a better walk than what's going on now to me. Because everybody's number running different, and everybody using the same stuff. How you gonna use the same stuff like that and not use the actual stuff to track the numbers? And everybody got a different way of doing it. Everybody calling mirrors flips and flips of mirrors and -2 this number, -2 degrees, and all of them different. All of them different. About 100 of them. Everybody doing them different. Now here, front pairs and back pairs, the value of them. This front pair here, the 107, you're gonna mark off. Can y'all see? Yeah, I think I got everybody. Yeah. Oh, this must have been something I was marking. Did that over here. You're gonna mark off the 10 on the front and the 07 on the back. Now, if you can't play the front pair and back pairs imperative, even I had this together even before they came out. I think we're letting you play the front pair and the back pair in Missouri. I was on day 1 when they came with PICK-3, so they added a lot of stuff. But I always want to know what front pair and back pair hadn't failed working with the law average, because in Missouri, the 8-8 front didn't fall all year. Well, I say all year. I say it's all year if it's up to November and December. If a double or number don't fall up to that time, it to me is all year. And the 8-8 back pair didn't fall all year. So everybody in Missouri, I told them to start playing triple eights. And they hit them. But I don't play triples all year, pretty much, unless like I say, if something, when you're tracking something sticks out, unless I see something like that where the 0-0 front and back ain't played toward the end of the year. November, December, January is my best months, and I look for that. I really don't. Through the year I do okay, but those are my heavy hitting months. November, December, January, because I didn't track all of them down. This here is a yearly sheet. The 0-0 front and back ain't fail. That's a conditioning that I play triple zeros. 1 front and back ain't played. That's a condition I play triple ones. That's the kind of stuff I look for when I'm playing, looking at triples. Because triples don't really pay no more, and they're harder to hit. You only got one way to hit them. So I don't spend on a lot of time on studying them because I know what conditionings I'm looking for to play them. I don't really mess with triples. Two, double twos like that. Another way I use this, um, like say 1 year 57, 52 didn't fall on the front, and 27 didn't fall on the back for the whole year. Also, um, the number 52257 didn't fall for the whole year that I knew about from tracking with my hey Renee, hello. With I knew from tracking the numbers. So 527 was the number that I played. And I made that my daily carry number for every time I had extra money, I would load up because that 527 was my brother's birthday too. So when I had extra money, I'd play a couple of extra dollars, and then I'll back off a little bit, depends on what my budget was. But we had a birthday party for my brother's birthday, and still hadn't came out. And I said, his birthday, this is birthday, and his birthday number ain't came out, and I know it didn't come out last year. So I'm gonna play that 527, and I'm gonna hammer it. I'm gonna load up on it, and it came out on his birthday exact. That was a good birthday. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, this is the kind of stuff. If you see a 4-2 ain't fail all year, and on the front, and a 2-1 ain't fail all year on the back, make that's the conditioning you would look at making that 4-2-1 as one of your daily carry numbers, or knowing when you play you're gonna pick that number back up. Even if you fall off of it and it don't come, you'll pick it back up. You'll know what to pick back up instead of looking at numbers that come from I don't know where. If you ain't tracking from anywhere to pick back up, if you ain't, you know what to pick back up because you know what has come and what hasn't came. That's how it works. I know what numbers I'm gonna pick back up when I hit. I'm not guessing what numbers I'm gonna pick back up. Like that. You always know what numbers to pick back up. You don't let them go. You just pick them back up like this zero. If I was to fall off the zero that ain't fell on the front, I'll pick it back up. Not just pick up any number if I'm playing. When I win, I know what numbers I'm gonna pick back up because I'm looking at them. All right, I think any questions? If you got questions, I got answers. Okay. Okay, thank you, uh, Tanisha. Yeah, this is a fun game. I like watching these numbers, seeing what they do. Okay, go. Hush now. Might take me a minute to answer because my phone is running a little slow. For some reason, downloading a little slow to it pops up where I can see it. Okay, okay. Okay, doubles column 5. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Okay, you said, let's see, like 942 falls here twice. So I've been playing pairs 4, 4, and 9, 9, along with the code is 9, 4 pair. Okay, okay, you've been playing column 9. Okay, last time have did they hit last year? Why are you paying 449 and 994? So okay, I don't know if my phone. If you put anything in, I haven't seen anything. Okay, okay, okay. What I usually look for on column 5, if it in the opposite, the 449, and you saying it hasn't failed since 2023. Okay, I think you got to go a little bit more than that. You got to see if you're tracking the front pairs and the back pairs, how long that's been out on that too. How long the 9, 9 and the front and back been out. How long the 4, 4 front and the 4, 4 back been out. Uh, because as you know, like I said, these numbers can take 3 months to rotate, 3 years to rotate out. February 11th, it fell February 11th of last year, of 2023. Yeah, 499 is its mirror. Has neither one's been out on column 5 for this year? The four, the 944 and the 499, February 2024. But okay, okay, but if that's your everyday carry, but I don't see. Okay, I don't see how you associating that with that 942, unless you're just going off how long it's been out. But I mean, yeah, but you said that 9-4. Let me see something. The 9-4 fell here twice, so I've been playing. Really, when I play like that, the 9-4 fell twice, and I really don't look at the number like that away. I look at if that 9-4 fell twice, I'll make that 9-4 my carry, And I look to see if the mirror been out with it or not. Whether it been out or not, I carried the 9-4 and I carried the opposite, not mirror, but opposite, the 497. That would be the two numbers I would carry. I don't know if I would be carrying, and I ain't gonna say get on or off of it because you know how these numbers do. But the 449 and the 994, if I could, but I would definitely be carrying. If it came hit twice, I would be carrying its opposite, the 947 also. I mean the 497, right? I would carry that. That's the only thing I would do probably different than what you're doing. If I'm looking for that 499 and that 449, I'd add that the opposite for the 942 in there, the opposite number. That's the only thing I would do different, to be truthful with you. What do you think? Okay, I probably would still carry them. Hey Scott, how you doing? I probably would still carry it, even though that's falling. I know that, but I would probably still add carry it. But I don't think I'd do no different than that, especially with the 449 and the 994. Oh, good for you! Congratulations. But yeah, like I say, if you're tracking, looking for the conditionings, looking for the numbers and their opposites, looking for the pairs and their opposites, the last time they fail. Okay, okay. Um, if the way I look, if a number like say 1, 2, 3 falls twice in a month, I'll play that number right back at them as 1, 2, 3, and I'll play its opposite 6, 7, 8. That's what I look for. I always look at the numbers. If a number hit twice in the same 9 out of 10, what I've noticed on my tracking in here, that number either come back the next month or it's opposite, or sometime it'll come back. All three of them it'll come back in the same month. Like 1, 2, 3 will come 1 month in the same month, and it could come 2, 1, 3, and then it come around. Then it throw that 6, 7, 8 right back in. So that's what I look at when a number repeats. I look what the numbers are repeating in the month. Hey, BLZ, good to see you. But that's what I look for. But other than that, I pretty much stay on how long the number's been out. Glad to have everybody here. Okay. But yeah, okay. That's a little while. So it's gonna take a while to come out. That four in the first position. Uh, you wouldn't have to really turn it around. Depends on how the number comes. Um, Renee, um, if I use that as an example, but if I'm saying that the number like the 1, 2, 3 come and then it comes again in the same month as 2, 1, 3, then I would play them first the way they did come. I would definitely play it as 1, 2, 3 and 2, 1, 3. I say it as they come, and then I'd also play the opposite of it is the 6, 7, 8. You know, but the way they feel if they come that way in that month, I still would play. I would definitely play them back the way they came, and I'd play the opposite, which is the 6, 7, 8. That's what I look for when numbers repeat in the same month. A number come in the same month. Yeah, single digit numbers come combos fall 6 ways. Yeah. You say you need that 13 pair and 88 pair. 1, 2, 8. Hey, Pepsi, how you doing? Glad to see you. How you doing? So you say playing high columns is helping me until the big play comes. Okay, okay. You're right, BLC. I'm looking at that, man. I'm looking at they are dancing all around it, but I ain't sweating them. I ain't gonna sweat them. I roll with it. I roll with the punches. I see them, what they doing. Okay, okay. It looks like that looks good. It looks good. And then yeah, hot right down. Okay, that sounds good. If it's hot, it's hot. 136 and 137. Okay. How's the opposites of them? Have any of those failed? The 658. I mean, the 680, the 688, or the 681. The opposites, or the 682. Hushna, any of those opposites fail with it? That's cold or hot. That's what I'd be looking at. Or the 681 and the 682. Is that right? Okay. All right, Hushna. You say they tripping? Oklahoma tripping? Hey, yeah. Yeah, but they got the law average. If they, like I said, if they start picking it, it's over anyway. If they do what Eddie Tipton did, it's over anyway. So I mean, so like in my on my end anyway. I don't know what everybody's gonna do. If it, I already say play it for fun. We want to win, but I'm just saying. They can flip the script anytime they get ready, especially with the electronics today, especially AI. It can almost think like a human. AI can think like a human. That's what everybody's scared of. They saying you ain't gonna need no lawyers or nobody because you go to AI and ask the question and it'll spit out the work for you and everything else or something. Virginia needs triples. I would guess 6, 7, 8 failed last night. Wow. Triple fours and triple nines. I heard of that chat. Um, 1, 2, 3 ain't fell all year. Oh, it ain't fell all year. Hmm. Chat GPT will tell you the front pairs and back pairs overdue in all the singles and doubles. Now, do they for individual states BLZ? Oh, 861. Okay. Oh, that 1367 fell all year. Okay. Yep. So basically, what I look for is the numbers and the opposites. I start looking at the numbers and the opposites. We into May now, so we almost into June. I think after June, the numbers going to start lining up now for us in Illinois anyway. Don't you have to pay for chat, chat G, what is it, for the chat GPT? Do you have to pay for that app? Oh, it's free, and it tells you what. Oh, that's interesting. And you just say for, say, Illinois, or what front pair and back pair hasn't played, or something like that. Oh, okay, yeah. So their opposites have failed. Okay, okay. Hmm. Thanks, Arshna. Yeah. So the opposites fall. So what I look for really is the numbers in the opposite that haven't failed. See what's going on with them. That's what I look for pretty much. Or pairs the same way. What pair in its opposite ain't failed? Wow, that's amazing, BLZ. Totally amazing. Now you see what I mean about them being able to do that with the lottery, where they give you only the numbers that pay the less for everybody. That's great, Hushner. That's that, pretty much what I did. I just made copies of the blank sheets, well, years ago at the Office Max. Okay, good, good. You're very well organized, look like. Very well organized. Hush, Hushner. You very well, and that's what it's going to take, being organized. But this AI stuff is pretty scary. Yeah, yeah. So you think that the lottery ain't going to be using it for, you only got six numbers. I look for the numbers that are opposite of each other and go with those, and how long that column hasn't hit. But but if mostly if I'm going to play off that column, Renee, I would look at the opposites of my. I'm pretty sure you know what I mean by the opposite. All right, good for you. You doing a, but I really don't think you really need to go back further than a year on the data. Once you got a year's worth of data, things should you should know what's going on. 4 years and things. I think I went back. Well, like I said, years ago, I went back because you didn't have computers and all that. But even when I went back 2 years, I realized only it take about a year back to catch up. Okay, so what I would do is those are the main ones I would look at is the numbers and the opposites out of those six. Whatever two number and opposite. the opposite hasn't played. But it depends on how long. If you're looking at that column, how long it's been since that column anything hit off of it altogether. Also, you see what I'm saying, Renee? That's what we want to look at. Column 4. Okay. Oh, hey, they'll use it. Believe me, they don't need it, but they gonna use it. Column 9 moving slow. Okay. Yeah, they don't need it, but they gonna use everything they can. And say 9 is also moving slow. I'm gonna have to try that Chat GPT on see how that works. That would be save paper, save time, but I still like doing it physically myself, even though Chat's got it. It took long enough. Yeah, but I try not to pick them up. I carry my if I'm gonna play every day. I got my certain numbers I play every day, but I try not to pick up nothing unless it's 60 to 90 days. Pretty much 90 days out. 60, I got my eye on it. 90 days, I'm working on that column, especially on the singles. No, okay, I hear you. Same here. Yeah, yeah. I like the because it's something I might see that looking at the whole thing that I won't see with just knowing what the numbers are. Because I can look at the whole thing. All right, family. Any more? Anything else? I'm about to call it. Appreciate everybody being here. Um, but like I always say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly. Tracking is king. We got to track. We got to know what the numbers are doing because it's going to be that one time, like I say, if they slip up, we'll bang them and you'll see it. And we'll bang them. All right.